life-changing for those former inmates. Let's now take you to that integrity question, and you can join the conversation via social media on #SuspectLeaders. Now, the case of Lamu Governor Issa Timamy and the Gatundu South TNA aspirant Moses Kuria have reignited debate on Kenya's integrity principles. The former committee of experts now says Chapter 6 of the Constitution on leadership and integrity was watered down by the 10th Parliament to give politicians an easy pass. Kenyans now reports on the thorny issue of integrity that continues to dog Kenya's public affairs.
No good reason to continue holding the respondent in custody.
Down at the coast, despite facing charges similar to international crimes, slapped with murder, forceful transfer of population and terrorism charges, Lamu Governor Issa Timamy remains the county's boss. In Gatundu South, even with a criminal case on hate speech following the TNA strategist Moses Kuria, he has been cleared to run in the Gatundu South by-election. And Machakos Senator Johnston Muthama is now the latest parliamentarian to record a statement over alleged hate speech, begging the question, is the leadership and integrity chapter in the Constitution really working?
In the sense that the threshold for integrity, particularly for elective offices, was completely lowered. There's actually no process by which you assess integrity.
In aspects of how it is couched or framed, I wouldn't say that there are any gaps or loopholes.
The defunct committee of experts was tasked with the drafting of the final version of the Constitution, but members of that committee blamed the political class for tampering with the chapter on integrity and reducing the impact it was intended to have. The COE also raps the 10th Parliament for weakening the Leadership and Integrity Act for the sake of self-preservation.
The MPs are able to, manipulate them to suit their needs, and that's what we saw happen, especially when it came to the leadership and ethics, Ethics and Integrity Act.
There is a general consensus, however, between the former COE and the Commission for the Implementation of the Constitution on effecting the chapter. Both agree that in a case of criminal proceedings against an existing or a potential public office holder, natural justice principle of innocent until proven guilty overrides any other interest.
The fact of someone being charged of any offense is not itself an assessment of their integrity.
I don't think anyone will be able to run for office in this country, because all I need to do is, if I know you want to run for office, is rush to a police station, report something, make sure you're charged in court, and then just go to IEBC and say, hey, so-and-so has an ongoing case.
In many parts of the world, some leaders have held themselves to a high standard, even where the law did not provide for it. In South Korea, the Prime Minister Chung Hong-wan resigned over the deaths of 200 students in a ferry tragedy. The South Korean PM taking responsibility for slow reaction in the ferry tragedy. In India, a top official resigned in February after a stampede at an Indian rail station killed 36 people. And in the United Kingdom, top counter-terror officer Bob Quick resigned in 2009 over a security leak that resulted in anti-terror operation being pushed forward. In all the three scenarios, the integrity was not directly linked to the events, but the expectation of their offices took priority over everything else. Experts say Kenya lacks the culture of morality.
We're also telling wananchi that at the end of the day, the call for electing leaders with integrity is not about leaders being stopped from standing. It is also by Kenyans refusing to elect them.
Samogina KTN.